The disaster of Mixtape keeps getting worse, and I absolutely love every single second of it. And boys, we have some new information that's gonna absolutely blow your mind how and why all of this came to be. And yes, it's as bad as you honestly think, obviously. In any case, Mixtape is easily the worst, most fake astroturf thing that we have seen in literally probably decades, and there's a very good explanation to this. It is currently going absolutely viral almost everywhere. We have this clip just here getting 2 million views. It's probably the best clip since sliced bread, right? Well, wrong. Here, let's watch it just so you get a feeling what's happening.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
They'll use that photo when you go missing, Slater.
Can the camera handle the kind of sauce I'm putting out here?
I'm sorry, if you died from cringe, it is what it is. The survival of the fittest, as they say. And the first part about Mixtape probably is the fact that this is supposed to be nostalgia bait for like 40-year-olds who grew up in the 90s. But the reality is, this is not the 90s. This is literally what some kind of boomer thinks the 90s was for the kids. It's absolutely insane. They're using wrong things, they're implementing wrong details about that time period. I mean, this guy literally says sauce. Sauce is a very modern term if you did not know this. But in any case, boys, Mixtape got a 10 out of 10 from IGN. Masterpiece. Editor's decision. Yes, that's right. It is beautiful. The reality is everyone absolutely hates Mixtape. And here's the craziest part, boys. It's not only AstroTurf, it's probably bought it. Because a lot of people have played it at this point, and they're reporting that this game is roughly 2 hours long if you don't care too much about it. 3 hours long if you are just a normal person, and maybe maximum 4 hours long if you went to make dinner and forgot to stop playing, okay? So, roughly, the average Mixtape player from 0 to finish is somewhat in the ballpark of 2 to 4 hours. So, if that's the case, how the hell is this graph possible? Explain to me, please. Please do. Look at this. Mixtape has a peak of 2,200 players, okay? 2,200 players, very impressive, literally hundreds of billions probably costed to make this, and by the way, yes, this game was at least 10 million most likely to make, and now we're gonna get to it, wait a minute, I'm not making this up. Why would I lie if reality is just so much more impressive than fiction at this point? But in any case, look at these graphs. How is this possible? We're talking about a game that has 0 replay value and is roughly 3 hours long. How the hell does it get these peaks? How are there no massive drops? I think it's because it's botted. Because this thing is really one of the most fakest push things ever. By the way, 20 million views! The kissing scene made by someone who has never kissed, because this is not how tongues move, by the way, if you're wondering. No tongue does these things. And here's the kicker, boys, okay? Here's the kicker. At first, I was like looking at Mixtape. I'll be honest, okay? I was looking at Mixtape and I was like, man, this game seems garbage. But maybe I'm not the target audience. Great shirt, great haircut, too masculine. It makes sense, right? It just makes sense. Don't you dare leave a comment about that. So I decided that maybe I need an opinion of someone who maybe this game is for. So I decided to ask Jeanette. Jeanette's great. Everyone loves her. She's fun. She's quirky. She's the best. She's the best. Friend of the show, by the way. So I go, and most importantly, Jeanette's a quadruple paraplegic. That's right. She's a literal nugget. Okay? So I go to her because I'm a nice guy, obviously. I'm going to go to her. I'm going to help her with stuff, you know. So I go in and put the playthrough in front of her of Mixtape. And instantaneously, the screaming stops. There's no more, who are you? How did you get in? Help, help. She's looking at it and she looks then at me and she says, amputate my head. I can't. This is too much. Jeanette, friend of the show, by the way. And then I go and then the same the same way I let myself in, I just vanish like the mist. Okay? And there you go. Mixtape is for no one. Even Jeanette didn't like it. Okay? Jeanette had dark thoughts after seeing it. And all of about this is fake. And yesterday I looked into how the hell can this thing even exist? And turns out I don't know how someone actually found it. Emerald Apple is definitely not a smart enough individual to fucking find this on his own. So this is just a repost of someone else's work. It's confirmed Mixtape is a Nepo-backed astroturfing game. It is developed by a small Australian studio, Beethoven and Dinosaur. Yes, we looked at that yesterday, and the website doesn't even properly exist. And funded by Annapurna Interactive, headed by Megan Ellison. Yes, that Ellison family. This obviously is the only logical solution how something like this can happen. And, you know, this is an organization that just pushes ideologies. They don't really care about anything. They just care about feeling good inside. So they give money to people who don't deserve it most of the times. And this seems like one of those situations. Because again, we looked yesterday in Beethoven and Dinosaur, and none of that made sense. The guy who's running the thing definitely doesn't have enough pull to get IGN to give them, a 10 for free and all of that stuff. All the other news outlets also gave it a 10. Pretty much the lowest is a 9, and that's a bold play, honestly, from them. And it makes sense that the only way that something like this exists from a studio that absolute garbage is that someone's sponsoring this. And again, I fully believe that there's some kind of botting going on here. Maybe it's, again, activists just staying logged in or something. Because, again, a 2-hour game can't have peaks like this. It's like, look at this. You start playing at 2, you're done by 6. You log off. Unless this thing has sold 1 billion reviews, which doesn't seem true at all, there's no way that this happens. So it doesn't make sense. And the best part is, Christiana Tasty, someone who I disagree on, and pretty much everyone, friend of the channel, by the way, even this person absolutely hates Mixtape. Like, look at this.
In this cutscene, we're just going to. Oh, by the way, we're going to ignore this. I'm not going to be pressing a single thing. I'm just going to be ranting, as you can see. So this is a very pivotal part of the story where you're about to save your friend from.
Yes, pivotal is a little bit extreme when we're talking about Mixtape and, anything of impact, but it's words. I like words sometimes. And this is how bad it is. People that this is kind of honestly designed for don't even appreciate and like it. Let alone other people. And people are making fun of it to an extreme degree. I mean, look at this.
Where's the gameplay? I'm not doing anything. Hands free, by the way. Oh my god, play it.
Yes, the game pretty much plays itself. There's almost no such thing as a lose condition. And this is why people are mad, by the way. This is why gamers are mad. And a lot of people, when situations like this come around, tourists, as always, they don't understand. Oh, why are you unhappy about a game like this? Isn't this great? No. Mixtape received money, most likely from, let's be real, activist donor. But in a lot of cases, games like this, they just play the game and receive funds from government grants, which could have potentially gone to a studio that maybe makes this year's Clear Obscure Expedition 33. But instead, because they're pushing an agenda and, that ticks more boxes, they get this. This is why this is why absolutely pretty much no one likes affirmative action. Because affirmative action doesn't give opportunities to the people who deserve it. It gives opportunities to the people who check most boxes. And that's how it works. And this is why no one likes it. Instead of good people getting opportunities that they deserve, it's things like Beethoven and Dinosaur getting to fill their pockets and make complete garbage gunk. And then it's the stuff like IGN that says, oh, this is actually really good. IGN gave this a 10. IGN gave Crimson Desert a 6. Do I need to remind people of that? Crimson Desert, a 6. Potentially Game of the Year. Very potentially Game of the Year, obviously. 6. And why? Because Travis, our boy Travis, friend of the show, by the way, Northup, he didn't like that there's not enough yellow paint. He wasn't sure he's going in the right direction. He wasn't sure that he's doing the right things, and he struggled. The game was hard. He didn't like that. He's an Elden Ring's player. He doesn't like hard things. He likes fake hard things, like most of us. Okay? And then, just to add insult to injury, it's the fact that this same guy gave fucking Marathon a 9. Amazing. And you know what's the funniest part about this, because a lot of people missed this? Travis didn't like Crimson Desert for all the reasons I just mentioned. But at the same time, Marathon was amazing for the exact same reasons. No hand-holding, no this, no that, brutal, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, that made it perfect. Crimson Desert, for those reasons, is bad. But Marathon's amazing for the exact same reasons? Like, how does this make sense? It doesn't. These people are fake, and there's a reason everyone hates them. Honestly, I love Mixtape. I love what has happened to Mixtape. I'm a huge fan. Because this just proves how little actually power these people have. They don't have any power left. Vogue has completely lost all of its fangs. It's pretty much toothless at this point. The most astroturfed and fake game of the decade, or maybe even two, honestly. And everyone's just collectively laughing about it. 20 million views. This is fake. This is fake. This is botted, by the way. This has to be botted. And no one's buying it. No one's saying good things about it. And even people who should be liking it says that it's dog water. We win. We win. We have absolutely won because of Mixtape. This once again proves how powerless woke really is. It's just waiting to get laughed at, and it has no real impact on anything. It's just another learning experience for the old man. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.